Hey guys, it's Thursday. Today was a long day at work. Like, literally left really late. But anyways, that doesn't matter. At least I get overtime. Um, did find out some good news when I logged into my Instagram, which is probably something that a lot of Selena fans, and I'm sure her family, of course, are at peace with the fact that Yolanda is not going to be leaving jail. So, I mean, I already knew that her parole was going to get denied. People were like, oh my gosh, she's going to be out and everything like that. I'm like, she's not going to get out, you guys. I had a feeling already that she was just going to, they were going to deny it anyways. Yeah, it's just like the nerve, you know? Like, I don't understand either way why she would want to be out of there anyways, because it's more dangerous for her, unfortunately. Glad to be home today. It was just a crazy day, and my allergies, as you can tell, like my eyes kind of maybe looked a little fluff up. I don't know if you guys can tell, but they were like crazy red earlier, and I had put like eye drops. I was trying Pat a day. I was trying Sustain with my dry eye drops as well, and like I just feel like nothing helps my eyes. Like even allergy pills, like I'll take allergy pills, and sometimes I just feel like it doesn't help. And I've seen eye doctors to try to help this, but literally they have all kind of told me the same thing except for one. I work for an eye clinic, but this doctor, when she checked my eye, she put some type of drop. I think it's like an antibiotic maybe type of drop that she put in my eye. And literally after that, like my eye kind of felt so much better because she noticed bumps around my eye, which is happening honestly. But I think maybe it's the pollen that is also really getting to me. But I don't know what to do to help my allergies, so if anybody has suggestions, please let me know. Am I the a-hole for telling my sister it's not my fault she has children? Burner account as I'm paranoid. Background, I female. Sorry, I almost read that backwards. I am 28 female. Have been working for a bank as a processor for the last 10 years, and while I know I'm lucky that my job, my working pattern is good and I have the option to work from home, the job itself is boring and can be stressful. It's not what I want to do with my life. I could never decide what I want to do when I was younger, and instead of going to college, I decided to work and gain experience for maybe a year or so until I make up my mind before returning to a higher education. But I got too used to making money and never did. Fast forward 10 years, and I've come to the conclusion that what I would like to do is write books full time. I have been writing and self publishing for years now. However, I would like to be able to dedicate more time to it, but up until now, that's never been an option. My husband, 30 male, was promoted almost 2 years ago now and is literally doing his dream job. He makes far more than I do, but not quite enough to completely support us just yet. But recently he took me aside and he knew I wasn't happy in my job and it was hurting him to see. He suggested that I, instead of working 40 hours a week, reduce my hours to maybe do 25 instead, as we can easily afford it. I was completely over the moon at the suggestion and agreed. Work were also happy to accommodate due to my length of service. My sister, 24 female, on the other hand, was not so happy about my decision. My sister and her husband, male 27, both work full-time hours and have two young children. My sister accused me of being lazy and saying that I shouldn't be taking less hours unless I have children in order to do something that's just a hobby. She says that she even has to work full-time in order to raise her children, and that me not feeling like working isn't an excuse to sit around the house and do nothing all day while my husband is out making money. She sounds like a hater for real. I've told her that I've worked nonstop. I was 18 years old and now finally know what I want to do with my life, which got me the response that if I took more initiative to find out before now, I could have been doing what I love professionally for years instead of just starting out. This is where I think I might be the a-hole, but I basically told my sister while I could sympathize the way I read that so fast with the fact that she has a lot on her plate. It's not my fault that she has children and I don't. At this point, she raged at me, saying I'm clearly too irresponsible to understand the sacrifice and dedication it takes to have one child. Never mind two, and that if I want to be part-time worker, write silly love, write silly. I'm putting in quotation because that's what I should write silly love stories, and I can go do that. I've spoken to my parents, and while they don't think I'm in the wrong, they say I should be more understanding of why me and my husband are being in a better financial position is a sore spot. Am I the a-hole? No, girl, I don't think you're the a-hole. For anything, I think your sister is the a-hole. And it kind of does apply to this thing where I'm talking about like mothers kind of like shaming single people for just self-care in general because these women are not taking care of themselves. Like, yeah, this girl, her sister may have kids and she may not have the time to be to herself like maybe her sister does because her sister has no kids. But still, like, you shouldn't hate on other people for wanting to take care of themselves or for wanting to do things that genuinely make them happy. And like saying that your sister is, writing silly love stories or it's like just a hobby, it's just gonna push her further away from you. And I hope that this lady is not like that with her kids when they grow up, because if their kids find something that they like, whether it's art or writing books or just doing something that is not necessarily a career for them, I just hope that those kids change their minds or that they become more open-minded, because that's just really, I don't know, it just sounds giving hater vibes like I said earlier, for real. But anyways, I do hope that they can open their minds and be more considerate, especially, well, when I say they, I'm talking about the sister because she seems to be the a-hole in this story. But anyways, there's an edit that I want to read. Okay, so my phone is running out of storage and it keeps pausing the video, so hopefully I'm able to make it through this video before it cuts me off. Let me read this edit. I am honestly overwhelmed by the response that this has gotten and incredibly appreciative of everybody's support. Thank you all for your input. I'm feeling a lot better about things and less angry as the overall result. A slight update. I received a call from my sister's husband about an hour ago. For context, the argument with my sister happened on Tuesday, not Wednesday. He said that he noticed my sister had been off for a few days but wouldn't tell him what was wrong, but finally caved that day. He made it clear on the phone that he doesn't agree one bit with what my sister said to me, and he told me she needs to apologize for being cruel and judgmental over what was said, what was supposed to be the good news on my life. He didn't elaborate, but hinted that there was more to why my sister reacted the way that she did, and he'd come over tomorrow with my sister so we can talk. Hopefully we can sort things out, because I love my sister and ultimately I want her to be happy as I am in my life. I'm kind of glad that they're going to talk this out, but I wonder how old the kids are, because if she just had a baby, maybe she's like experiencing some type of postpartum depression. But hopefully they can talk this out and everything. It seems like it's gonna be okay. I feel like a lot of people tend to do this, when, especially people when they're stressed out, they kind of like tend to take it out on other people, and sometimes, it's just the wrong things are said. Anyways, if you guys want me to read any more interesting Reddit stories, please let me know, or if you have any ideas as to what I should do, also please let me know. Thank you. It's Friday. I'm getting ready for work. I was attempting to do like a TikTok, I can't even speak this morning, I need my coffee, type of vlog, but like, I don't know, I just thought it would be more interesting to talk about it on here. Like, I was talking about how my feed lately has been, where like stuff will be popping up like, oh, if you search this up on your search bar, that book describes you, or this is how your boyfriend looks like, based on your search bar. If you search this up, like, people are making videos and posting them about like how their boyfriends look, and some of the stuff is accurate, but some of the stuff people really be posting and it's just like way off, and I'm like, that person that looks nothing like Prince Eric, like, why are we posting this? But yeah, it's just funny to me. It's giving like the same energy as like tarot card readers, which I'm not really trying to hate on, because if that's what the stuff you believe in, you do, like, you do you. Really interesting to me how some of this stuff like is really inaccurate for other people. And then also on another part of like TikTok, or I came down this like rabbit hole of this person. I think the post was like, oh, tell me your small town gossip or whatever, and the stories in those comment sections were just like crazy. Like, there was like a lot of teacher student stories, which was honestly pretty disgusting and pretty sad, honestly. I'm bored. I'm just gonna tell you guys some chisme while I'm getting ready. I remember I was literally talking about this the other day with my sister, because we were just talking about like friends that we know would want nothing to do with us, or that we would never want to reconcile with. Or like how weird it is how sometimes people from high school, or people just in general that you've been to school with, whether it was like middle school or elementary school, will reach out all of a sudden and like try to hang out as if that you guys were this close, but it's like we were never this close at all. And it's just really weird. But I remember I brought up this one friend that I had, and like when I was like in senior year in high school, she was younger than me. She was like my sister's age, and I remember she would only come to me when she needed advice. Like she would never come to me like for anything else, or she would always just in general. Okay, so anyways, I didn't get to finish telling my chisme story earlier, so basically I'm gonna give this girl a fake name, Josefina. She would only really talk about herself, and like she would do shady things in general that I would tell her, hey, it's just not right, like catfishing her ex, which I don't really count him as a real boyfriend because they never saw each other in person, at least that I could remember of. And it's just crazy because I remember telling her how, hey, it's wrong, and like I understand this guy did you dirty, he was really mean, but he's not worth your time anymore. Something else had happened within the time where I ended this friendship with this lady, because she had done something, and I really can't remember or pinpoint what it was, because this happened back in 2018. And basically my sister had pointed out like, hey, don't you notice that every time you're around this friend you only talk about her, she only talks about what's going on with her, and she never asks about you, or she never shows interest as to what's going on in your life. And like I never thought about it, and I put a lot of thought about it whenever, you know, we had this conversation, and I was like, you know what, she's right, you know, I never talk about myself, or never does she show interest in what's going on with me and in my life whenever we're hanging around. And like she really only comes to me when she really needs something, or when she is wanting advice that she never even takes. Not that I expect people to take every single advice that I give them, but don't come and ask me for advice and then turn around and do the opposite, because then I'm not going to want to help you anymore. I don't know, this is just a crazy thing. So one of the red flags, of course, obviously, is don't be friends with people that never show interest into what's going on in your life, or never ask how you're doing, or care about, you know, what's going on with you in general. So that's the tea. If I can remember any more, then I'll tell more stories about this. But my storage is about to probably shut down on me on my phone, so I'm gonna end this vlog. Please comment down below, follow me on Instagram at Adilene Ortiz1. My TikTok is Adilene Ortiz with another extra Z at the end. Let me know, comment below what kind of videos you want me to make, or any story times of anything else that's happened. I'm excited to be back and to be on here, so please subscribe as well and like this video. Thank you.